For once, Boeing is making headlines, and not because of crashes, scandals, or delays. This time, it's about something airlines have been waiting for. The long-anticipated Boeing 797. Former Boeing CEO Phil Condit recently said, "You don't come to work just for a paycheck. You come because you care about what you're doing." His point? Boeing needs a new aircraft, now something that excites engineers, airlines, and passengers alike. The 797 isn't just another jet. It's Boeing's last chance to prove it still has vision. After the 737 MAX crisis, delays with the 777X, and shaken trust in leadership, the company can't afford another misstep. Here's the problem. Boeing's lineup is broken. The 787 Dreamliner dominates long-haul. The 737 MAX covers short routes, but the middle, wide open. Airlines desperately need a plane that's efficient on mid-range flights, but strong enough for transatlantic routes. That's exactly where the 797 comes in. Compact, efficient, and versatile, this aircraft could dominate the middle of the market. The 737 is legendary, but it's over 60 years old. Boeing has pushed it as far as it can go, and the MAX disasters showed the risks of stretching an outdated design. The 797 is meant to replace that legacy, not with a Band-Aid fix, but with a fresh start. If Boeing pulls this off, the 797 won't just be a plane, it'll be redemption. Airbus has been eating Boeing alive. The A321XLR, with its extended range and huge order book, is the king of media. Boeing knows the 797 can't just compete it, has to beat it. That's why rumors say Boeing will offer two versions, a standard model seating about 220 to 225 passengers, a larger model with up to 275 seats. That's already more capacity than the A321XLR. Add in an expected range of up to 5,000 nautical miles, and suddenly Boeing has a real weapon to fight back, a game changer in the medium-haul market. The 797 promises to shake up performance, challenge Airbus's dominance, and maybe even restore Boeing's battered reputation. But what makes this aircraft so different? And can it really save Boeing from years of disaster? Let's break it down. Asterisk, so what will the 797 actually look like? Boeing has been torn between two designs, twin-aisle for comfort and faster boarding, single-aisle for weight reduction and fuel savings. Recent leaks suggest Boeing may be leaning toward a single-aisle fuselage, shaped like a smaller Dream. If true, this could be the perfect balance, airline-friendly economics plus passenger comfort. Asterisk. But the biggest decision isn't the layout, it's the engine. General Electric, Pratt & Whitney, and CFM are all competing to power the 797. Fuel efficiency, maintenance costs, and performance will make or break this jet. Pick the wrong engine, and Boeing risks another disaster. Pick the right one, and the 797 could set a new standard in aviation. Boeing has learned the hard way. Shortcuts kill. One crucial design fix is the landing gear. Unlike the 737 MAX, which suffered from low clearance and engine placement issues, the 797 will feature taller, redesigned landing gear. That means safer operations, room for next-gen engines, and fewer costly mistakes. Like the 780, the 797 will use carbon fiber, stronger and more fuel-efficient than traditional aluminum. This also allows for better cabin pressurization and higher humidity levels, making long flights far less exhausting for passengers. Imagine stepping off a transatlantic flight and actually feeling rested. That's the goal. Of course, none of this will be easy. Boeing faces fierce competition from Airbus, supply chain shortages, pressure to meet environmental standards, and while Airbus's A321XLR is already selling fast, the 797 is still on the drawing board. Every month of delay costs Boeing contracts, cash, and credibility. The Boeing 797 could be the jet that brings Boeing back, or the project that buries it for good. Airlines want it, passengers will love it, but Boeing has no room for error this time. So, what do you think? Will the 797 become Boeing's redemption story, or just another broken promise? For decades, Boeing has been one of the giants of aviation, but in recent years, the company has been associated more with disasters than with innovation. From the 737 MAX crisis to endless delays with the 777X, Boeing has struggled to convince airlines and the public that it still has what it takes to lead. But today, the conversation is changing. For once, Boeing is not making headlines for crashes or scandals. Instead, it's about something new, something airlines are desperate for, and something that could restore Boeing's broken reputation. The Boeing 797. This aircraft isn't just a project. It's a turning point, a gamble, a high-stakes mission to prove that Boeing can still innovate. The question is simple. Can it succeed? Before we talk about the 797, let's be honest about Boeing's situation. The last few years have been brutal. The 737 MAX scandal cost Boeing billions, damaged its reputation, and put safety into question. The 777X program has been delayed again and again. Even the Dreamliner faced production problems and delivery halts. For decades, Boeing symbolized American engineering and innovation. Now, many see it as a company playing catch-up, struggling to survive. That's why the 797 isn't just another plane, it's survival. Right now, airlines face a huge problem. They need an aircraft that sits between Boeing's two extremes, the 737 MAX for short flights, the 787 Dreamliner for long-haul routes. But there's nothing in between, and that's where Airbus is winning. The A321XLR has been a massive hit, giving airlines the flexibility to fly transatlantic routes with a single-aisle jet. It's efficient, affordable, and already in service. Boeing doesn't have an answer yet. That's the gap the 797 is supposed to fill. Let's talk about the 737. It's the best-selling aircraft in history, a true legend. But after more than 60 years in service, its design has reached the limit. The MAX was proof, stretching an old airframe beyond its natural limits led to tragedy. The 797 is Boeing's chance to start fresh. Not a patch, not a fix, but a brand new aircraft for a brand new era. And Boeing knows it can't afford failure. Airbus has been dominating the medium-haul market with the A321XLR, and airlines love it. It has a range of 4,700 nautical miles and can carry up to 220 passengers. But Boeing wants to go further. According to early reports, the 797 will have two versions, a standard model for about 225 passengers, a stretched version for up to 275 seats, and the range? Around 5,000 nautical miles. That's enough to comfortably cover most transatlantic flights, longer domestic routes, and even parts of Asia-Pacific networks. If Boeing delivers, the 797 could beat Airbus at its own game. One of the biggest debates inside Boeing is the design. At first, they wanted a twin-aisle jet for faster boarding, smoother operations, and a more comfortable passenger experience. Airlines loved the idea. But reality hit. A twin-aisle is heavier, less efficient, and more expensive to run. So now, Boeing is reportedly leaning toward a single-aisle design, shaped like a smaller Dreamliner. This would give airlines the best of both worlds: passenger comfort, lower costs, and performance good enough to rival Airbus. But which design will Boeing choose? That's still the mystery. The heart of the 797 will be its engines. And right now, the competition is fierce. General Electric, Pratt & Whitney, Rolls-Royce, and CFM are all fighting for the contract. The stakes couldn't be higher. The engine must be more fuel efficient, easier to maintain, compliant with strict environmental standards. One wrong choice, and Boeing risks billions. The right choice. It could revolutionize aviation. Let's not forget, one of the biggest issues with the 730s and MAX was the landing gear. It was too low, forcing engineers to reposition engines awkwardly, leading to catastrophic consequences. This time, Boeing won't make the same mistake. The 797 is expected to have taller landing gear, allowing space for larger, more efficient engines. It also improves stability on long, high-speed landings, a crucial safety feature. This is Boeing's chance to prove it's finally putting safety before shortcuts, like the Dreamliner. The 797 will be built with carbon fiber composites. That means lower weight, better fuel savings, longer lifespan with less maintenance. But it's not just about efficiency. Passengers will benefit too. Carbon fiber allows Boeing to design cabins with lower altitude pressure and higher humidity, meaning less fatigue on long flights. Imagine arriving after a 7-hour transatlantic flight and not feeling destroyed. That's the future Boeing is promising. Of course, none of this is easy. Boeing still faces enormous challenges. Airbus is ahead. The A321XLR is already on the market, while the 797 is still in development. Supply chain problems. Aircraft manufacturing is already strained with shortages of parts and materials. Environmental pressure. Governments are demanding cleaner aircraft, and Boeing must deliver trust. After years of scandals, airlines and passengers don't just want a new plane. They want proof Boeing has truly changed. Boeing is making an exciting wave, and this time it's not due to negative news about accidents or incidents, it's all about the highly anticipated Boeing 797. This is a game-changing aircraft in the medium-haul Category 1 that promises to revolutionize performance and threaten Airbus's dominance. So what can we expect from this groundbreaking plane? How will the 797 set new standards and reshape the future of aviation? Let's take a look. Former Boeing CEO Phil Condit has called on the company to start designing a new plane to help turn things around as soon as possible, he told the Wall Street Journal. You've got to get people excited about what they're doing. You don't come to work just for a paycheck, you come to work because you care about what you're doing. We all know the 797 is on the way to come, and this time, Boeing has no choice but to make it a success. Boeing needs to continue driving its business forward and providing airlines with increasingly efficient aircraft. First reason is Boeing's current dire situation. Once a leading symbol of the aviation sector, now grappling with immense challenges in recent years, Boeing has faced turbulent times from the serious 737 MAX scandal to worrying delays in the 777X rollout. These issues have impacted financial performance and significantly eroded confidence in the company's leadership and innovation capabilities, while the 787 Dreamliner remains a popular choice for long-haul flights. Boeing faces a glaring gap in its product lineup. Airlines increasingly need a new type of aircraft, one that bridges the gap between smaller and larger jets. A plane is compact enough to operate efficiently on mid-range routes, but large enough to deliver economic benefits. On longer flights, this is the market space the 797 can dominate, and it's also Boeing's chance to prove that it still has the strength and vision to lead the aviation industry. This aircraft is not merely a new product, it's set to become a symbol of Boeing's research. Failure is not an option. Secondly, this is the moment for Boeing to create a worthy successor to the 737, an icon that at over 60 years old has reached the limits of its development. No one can deny the pivotal role the 737 has played in the history of commercial aviation, but at this point, Boeing has done all it can with the aircraft. The 737 size segment is not only the lifeblood of commercial aviation, but also the best-selling category. And it's time for Boeing to let this aircraft live on in memory as a legend. Not as a name associated with catastrophic accidents, this is the gap that the 797 must fill. Or at the very least, this is the market's expectation. This new aircraft could become the key to restoring Boeing's shaken position over the past few years. The mid-range aircraft market is akin to an untapped gold mine, and the new aircraft is expected to be the perfect answer. Airlines are eager for an aircraft capable of handling transatlantic routes without consuming as much fuel as traditional wide-body jets, while still being flexible enough for longer domestic flights. Boeing knows full well that neither the 737 MAX nor the 787 Dreamliner fully meets these needs. If successful, the 797 won't just help Boeing dominate this high-potential segment, it will also be an opportunity to redefine the future of aviation. Thirdly, this is Boeing's opportunity to reclaim its lost position. Surely Boeing must feel uncomfortable watching Airbus dominate the throne for such a long time. Like it or not, we have to acknowledge that Airbus is currently unrivaled in the aviation industry. While Airbus firmly holds the top spot, Boeing has been relegated to second place, with Embraer trailing in third, a gap far too wide compared to the leader. But let's not forget that only Boeing has the strength to challenge this dominance. Competition in the aviation industry has never been less fierce, and Airbus clearly has no intention of slowing down. Take the Airbus A321XL. For example, it has rapidly secured significant orders, becoming the top choice for airlines looking to replace their aging fleets. Boeing needs the 797 not just to compete, but to win back those lost contracts, and it doesn't. Stop at Passenger Services reports suggest that the 797 will also have a cargo variant tapping into the booming freight transport market, which is growing stronger than ever. This isn't merely about nostalgia for older models like the 757 or 767. It's a decisive move to take on a rival that keeps growing stronger. With the 790, Boeing isn't just aiming to create a product, it's striving to redefine itself as a powerful challenger ready to reclaim its throne. Look like Boeing has spent a great deal of time and effort carefully considering the design for the 797, an aircraft expected to usher in a new era for the aviation industry. Initially, the company leaned toward a twin-aisle design, an ambitious idea aimed at providing a superior experience for passengers on long-haul flights. This design would not only enhance comfort with more space for passengers to relax, but also improve turnaround times as passengers could board and disembark more quickly. It's no surprise that airlines favored this concept, as it promised to improve both passenger satisfaction and operational efficiency. However, recent reports suggest that Boeing might be considering a shift toward a single-aisle design. The reason this design would reduce the aircraft's weight, something that airlines greatly appreciate, because it translates to better fuel efficiency and lower operating costs, according to rumors. The new 797 design could feature a fuselage, meaning the nose-to-tail structure would resemble that of the 787 Dreamliner. If this proves true, Boeing may be aiming for the perfect blend, an aircraft that is not only passenger-friendly, but also meets airlines' growing demand for economic efficiency and optimized operational performance. First and foremost, the most crucial factor determining the success of the 797 is the choice of engine, a decision that could reshape the entire aviation market. Currently, Boeing is facing a tough race between the industry giants, General Electric, CFM, International, Pratt & Whitney, and Rolls-Royce. Each manufacturer brings its own unique advantages, from superior fuel efficiency to lower maintenance costs, all of which play a pivotal role in optimizing new aircraft's operational performance. The engine choice not only directly impacts the aircraft's performance and reliability, but also significantly influences how Boeing will market the 797 to airlines. An engine that offers fuel efficiency will attract airlines seeking long-term cost savings, while one that promises easier maintenance could reduce aircraft downtime, leading to higher profitability. Which engine manufacturer do you believe Boeing should partner with for the 797? Secondly, according to initial reports, Boeing is expected to launch two versions of this new aircraft: a standard version with a seating capacity of 220 to 225 passengers, and a larger version that can accommodate nearly 275 seats, a clear advantage over the Airbus A321XL, which seats up to 220 passengers. This aircraft is specifically designed for medium-haul routes, making it ideal for iconic flights such as New York, London, or Tokyo-Sydney, with an expected range of 500 to 5,000 nautical miles. This Boeing new aircraft is anticipated to surpass the A321XL in terms of range, capable of covering most transatlantic routes and even some longer domestic flights. The Airbus XLR has already made a significant impact with its range of 700 nautical miles and a capacity of 180 to 220 passengers, but the 797 aims to take it a step further. With greater seating capacity and a longer range, it is expected to redefine the medium-haul aircraft segment, offering airlines a flexible option that can bridge the gap between international and longer domestic routes. This is Boeing's opportunity not only to satisfy its partners, but also to cement its place in history with a product that exceeds all expectations. XLR is great, but do you want to experience 797? Let us know your thoughts. Thirdly, the most crucial factor is the landing gear, a design element that may seem simple, but is vital to the safety of an aircraft. Looking back at the issues Boeing faced with the 7, particularly the mistakes related to the landing gear not being high enough to accommodate larger engines, which led to avoidable incidents and harmed the company's reputation. This is something Boeing cannot afford to repeat with these 797 and aircraft they hope will be a perfect rebirth in the aviation industry. The aircraft's landing gear will be designed to be higher than that of its predecessors, ensuring perfect compatibility with various engine types while also optimizing space for newer, more powerful, and fuel-efficient engines. Raising the landing gear allows Boeing to expand the operational capabilities of future engine versions, thereby improving performance and minimizing maintenance costs. Furthermore, higher landing gear also enhances the aircraft's stability during landing, particularly on long-haul flights at high speeds, reducing the risk of collisions or unsafe landings. This is a significant improvement, not only in technical terms, but also in terms of safety. An element Boeing must ensure is flawless in the development of the 797 to earn strong trust from airlines and passengers alike. Finally, one of the standout features of the 797 is the use of carbon fiber composite materials similar to the 787 Dreamliner. The reason Boeing chose this material is its remarkable lightweight properties, which contribute to reduce fuel consumption while also being more durable, lowering maintenance costs. But the benefits don't stop there. Carbon fiber also allows for a cabin design with lower cabin pressure and higher humidity levels, significantly improving passenger comfort for long-haul flights. This can make a world